The screen lit up in the dark. A single vibration, short, sharp, guilty. Laura's eyes flicked toward the nightstand, where her husband's phone lay charging. But the glow wasn't coming from it. It came from under the bed. She froze. A different phone. Her pulse thundered in her ears as she bent down, heart pounding so hard she could feel it in her teeth. There, tucked in a shoebox beside his old running shoes, was a black phone, unfamiliar, sleek, and locked with a 6-digit code she didn't recognize. And it was buzzing. Again. A message preview flashed for half a second before the screen dimmed. Can't wait to see you again. Did she sign the papers yet? The world stopped moving. They'd been married 12 years. Built a life that looked beautiful from the outside. 2-story home, shared bank accounts, matching holiday sweaters for Christmas photos. Yet, somewhere between career promotions and counseling sessions that didn't quite help, they'd drifted apart. But betrayal? No, she hadn't been ready for that. Laura sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the secret phone like it was a bomb that could detonate her entire life. Her first instinct was disbelief, then fury, then the familiar numbness of survival. The same one she'd felt when her mother died. The same one when she'd miscarried 5 years ago and he'd been too busy closing deals to show up at the hospital. She typed random codes. Birthdays. Their anniversary. The year they met. Nothing worked. Then, she tried his mistress's name. She didn't even know who that was, but she tried Emma, then Maya, then Julia. On the 5th try, Clara. Unlocked. The messages told a story of months, maybe years. I transferred it to the Cayman account. She'll never find it. Just get her to sign. Once she does, you'll be free. You deserve everything. She's too soft to fight back. Laura's throat tightened as her eyes raced over photos, messages, bank screenshots. A secret life of luxury and deceit laid bare in her trembling hands. Her husband, David, wasn't just cheating. He was planning her financial execution. He'd moved money into offshore accounts. Money from their savings. The savings she'd helped build while he promised, "It's for our future." By morning, she was hollow but steady. The version of Laura who woke up that day wasn't the same woman who'd gone to bed beside him the night before. That woman believed in fairness, in marriage, in morality. This new one believed in precision. She didn't confront him. Not yet. She played the same role she had for years. Supportive wife, polite smile, eyes a little tired but loyal. David didn't notice. He still kissed her on the forehead, like he always did before leaving for work, and said, "You're quiet lately. Everything okay?" She smiled, just thinking about the divorce papers. He hesitated. "Yeah, let's talk this weekend." "Of course," she said sweetly. "I'll make your favorite dinner." He didn't see the phone she'd hidden inside her bag. For the next 3 days, Laura lived a double life. At night, she explored the phone's data, screenshotting everything. Every transaction, every message, every bank transfer. She found encrypted emails, hidden accounts in Panama and Zurich, investment portfolios under shell company names. By the 3rd night, she'd pieced together the map of his betrayal. He'd been liquidating assets under her nose. He'd been preparing to disappear. And Clara, the woman, wasn't just a fling. She was a junior associate at his firm, barely 30, and apparently convinced that they'd start fresh once Laura signed away half her rights. Laura didn't rage. She planned. She used his passwords, gleaned from years of watching him type them on his laptop, to access the accounts. The hidden phone synced with cloud storage, which linked back to his personal email. She set up recovery codes, quietly transferring access to herself. Then, with deliberate calm, she drained every hidden account. She moved the funds into a trust in her own name, under the guidance of a lawyer friend she'd helped through her own divorce years ago. She made sure every cent had a paper trail that appeared accidental, a reflection of David's own suspicious behavior. By the time he realized what had happened, it would look like his mistress had done it. 2 weeks later, during breakfast, David broke the silence. "So, you've been looking better," he said, pouring coffee. "Therapy helping?" "Something like that," Laura murmured, slicing her toast. He smiled faintly, that corporate charm that had fooled so many investors. "I just want things to be civil. No drama. We both deserve peace." "Peace," she repeated, letting the word linger. You're right. She slid a sealed envelope across the table. Speaking of peace, I had my lawyer send over the revised divorce agreement. You might want to review it before signing. David frowned. Revised? We already. He opened it. His face went pale. The document outlined her full claim to the properties, vehicles, and residual assets, the ones he thought he'd hidden offshore. This is a mistake, he stammered. These don't even... Oh, but they do, she interrupted softly. Every account, every transfer, every message. He froze. What are you talking about? Laura leaned forward, her voice steady. You should have hidden the phone better, David. The blood drained from his face. That night, after he stormed out, she sat alone in their quiet house. The silence was heavy, but not empty. Her hands trembled, not from fear, but from the adrenaline of finally being free. She knew the next few months would be messy. There would be lawyers, accusations, courtroom drama. But this time, the playing field was hers. She'd built her revenge not with rage, but with patience. Every wound he'd inflicted, she'd stitched into a weapon. And she didn't need to ruin him publicly. His own greed would finish that. The next morning, she received a message from his number. You won't get away with this. She smiled faintly, replying, Already did.